Watch your child soar to new heights at Cabarrus Charter Academy. Cabarrus Charter Academy is a tuition-free public charter school now accepting applications for kindergarten through 12th grade. Our curriculum encompasses a student-focused learning environment, offering whole child development while fostering strategic partnerships between families, teachers, and the community. Join us for an information session or submit an application by visiting cabarruscharter.org today.
Good evening, Husky family. Welcome. It's Principal Kim White joining you from Cabarrus Charter Academy, our K-5 campus, just to review any information that I have with you and to update any updates and to take your questions this evening. It's Sunday evening with Principal Kim White. Now, keep in mind, family, we talked about last week, and I'll continue to remind you each week moving forward that we're going to be doing the Sunday evening live sessions for the month of August. Then after the month of August, after Labor Day, they will probably move on over until Friday afternoon and probably Friday morning as well. We'll do a couple on Fridays. So you can do a coffee chat with Principal White, and then you can do an afternoon session with Principal White as well. We can answer any questions you have for your students' learning. So keep in mind, we are doing these live sessions each Sunday evening for the month of August, because we are leading up to our opening of school. We're about a week and a half away. It's an exciting time. Our teachers are returning to campus tomorrow. Your learners are returning to the mobile classroom on August 19th. So there may be a lot of questions around both of those events. So I'm here to answer any questions that I can, to take note of the questions that I can't answer so that I can provide those answers in an additional setting. So welcome. It's this evening with Principal Kim White, our K-5 campus at Cabarrus Charter Academy. I'm just here to answer any questions you may have about the opening of school. This opening of school is unlike any that any of us have ever happened, but we are here, we're prepared to open with our learners in the mobile classroom for the first 9 weeks. And then eventually we know we're going to bring our students back into the building. So we're ready to talk about the weeks coming when we are able to facilitate in-person learning. We miss our learners and we're ready to bring them back, but we're going to bring them back under the safest and the best conditions for our learners and our teachers and other adults in the building. So let's talk a little bit about the opening of school. As you know, we talked about last week, and I'm just going to review that again this week. The fact that on July 31st, our board of directors reversed their decision to open in Plan B, and we're going to open in Plan C on August 19th. So we are inviting all of our learners into the mobile classroom only. All of our learners into the mobile classroom only for the first 9 weeks of school. But our board of directors will be reviewing that decision in upcoming meetings and making adjustments as needed, as the safety conditions allow. But for those first 9 weeks, we are prepared to offer the remote learning or the mobile learning classroom to our learners. We are working with parents now to find out how we can support that learning environment for you and to provide you the support you need. So we are ready and we are prepared to do that mobile classroom learning experience at Cabarrus Charter Academy. So we have been speaking with you about the fact that you should be receiving school messenger messages. Several of you have gotten that opt-in text message where you can opt in. If you opted out accidentally and you need to opt in, no worries. We have instructions for that. We know how to get you back into that. We know that School Messenger is our new platform for receiving information from the school. So we want to make sure that all of our families are receiving that content. You have the option to receive a text message, an email message, or both. So we want to make sure that you open that platform and receive the information you need based on what is convenient for your family. So again, that is in School Messenger. School Messenger is compatible with PowerSchool, so you have to make sure that we have your most current information in SchoolMint, and then our registrar transfers that information to PowerSchool, and we are good to go. However, if there's an error in the information we have you in SchoolMint, if we don't have a correct phone number, if we don't have a correct email, there will be a glitch in you receiving information from us. And we don't want that glitch. So make sure that we have that most current information. You have the opportunity to update that information with Mr. Shields or Miss Akla, and they will correct it for you in Schoolment. You can update it yourself when you log into your Schoolment account. But it's critical, family, critical that you have the most current information in Schoolment, and then we were able to receive it in School Messenger and contact you based on your preferences. Again, if you receive the opt-in text for School Messenger and you decided to opt out, there's no problems there. We have a fix for that. Just let us know and we will take care of it. All right. So our next topic for this evening is coming right on up. I'll just share with you if you need to reach out to Mr. Shields about School Messenger or Miss Akla, you can do that at tshields@cabarruscharter.org or makla@cabarruscharter.org. Next up, family open house. Open house is a virtual event this year. Again, we're opening school unlike any way that we have in the past. Our open house is Tuesday, August 18th. It's a virtual event. We will have 2 live sessions where you're able to tune in, and then we will also record those sessions for our families who are not able to tune in at the time. You will also receive recorded sessions from your child's teacher, as well as a telephone call from your child's teacher to answer any questions you have. But open house will be Tuesday, August 18th, and we will have 2 different sessions, and we'll get those scheduled for you, and we'll push that out to you just as soon as they're scheduled. So again, make sure that your School Messenger is up to date so you know which of those sessions you can attend. Coming up, we also want our parents to know that there is a uniform sale on Tuesday, August 18th. It is from 10 to 4. It is outdoor. We have new and used uniforms available to you. Some of our families have reached out because they are wondering if we are able to provide any uniform assistance. We can provide assistance for purchasing uniforms. We are aware that these times are just unlike anything we've ever seen. All of us are working together to make sure that we get through it as a family. So if you need uniform assistance, we will provide a way for you to let us know that. That will happen via teachers' telephone calls. You will see it in the weekly pack with Miss Akla requesting if you need uniform assistance, and we can provide that to you. And the reason why that's a concern for some of our families is because Principal White, and that is me, has said in our mobile classroom, the expectation is that our students come to the mobile classroom in uniform just like they come to the in-person classroom in uniform. So if your students have grown since the last time they were in the building, or it creates a financial hardship for you to provide uniforms for your students in the mobile classroom, just reach out to us and let us know, and we can provide assistance, or we can talk through other options for your students to attend the mobile classroom. But I am a firm believer in the fact that we open the school year the way we plan to close the school year. And we will close the school year in full uniform, whether it's mobile learning or in-person learning. And so I would like for our students to be in uniform. But if that creates a hardship for your family, that is no problem. All you need to do is reach out to Principal White or Miss Akla at makla@cabarruscharter.org, and we can talk through what your other options are. But if it does not present a problem for you, just know that we've got our uniform sale scheduled for Tuesday, August 18th from 10 to 4 p.m. We have used uniforms available for you in excellent condition, and we also have new uniforms available for you with our vendor coming out on campus. That uniform sale will take place at the lower campus. That's at 355 Poplar Crossing Drive Northwest in Concord, North Carolina at 28027. Please join us on campus. We will not be entering the building. We have to host that uniform sale on Parent Drive so that we are honoring all of the expectations for this particular pandemic circumstance. But that's happening on August 18th. And so if you need to grab some uniforms so that you can show up in that mobile classroom ready to learn, please come out on Tuesday, August 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have new and used uniforms available for you. Again, if it creates a hardship for you to present to class in uniform, or if you just object to that particular expectation, let's talk through that with Principal White, and we'll come up with other expectations for you or other options for you for that uniform presence in the mobile classroom. Also, after the uniform sale, we talked a little bit last week about the systems of support. We are here to provide support, not only academic support, because we're a school and critically that's what we do at a very high level at Cabarrus Charter Academy, but we're able to provide other support too. We want to know if our families need referrals for social and emotional assistance, and we want to know if we can provide assistance in other ways. One thing we are offering our family is the fact that we are a meal pickup site, and so if you are interested in the nutrition services support we can provide, you saw that question on this week's weekly pack. Teachers will be asking you that question when they give you a call this week. We want to support you in any way that we can through this particular school opening. The first step is for you to complete the application for free and reduced lunch if you're choosing to take advantage of that benefit. Principal White asks everybody, every single Husky family, to apply for free and reduced lunch, even if you don't plan on taking advantage of the benefit, because it helps us. It helps us when it's time for us to apply for grant dollars. And I'm all about those grant dollars. So make sure that every family who's tuning in, every Husky family who's joining us applies for free and reduced lunch, even if you don't plan on taking advantage of the benefit. And then if something happens, your circumstances change, we're able to offer that service to you through our meal pickup program for the our first 9 weeks of school. We'll be offering meal kits for families to pick up 2 days each week, and it will have several kits in it for breakfast and lunch, as well as some fresh food offerings. But then in the second 9 weeks, we'll feel confident that we'll be able to invite our students back into the building, and then we'll be offering those nutrition services in the school as well. So please make sure that you are applying for free and reduced lunch. We talked last week about jumping online, coming to our school's website at www.cabarruscharter.org and applying. What I have learned since last week is that application is going to be available about a week before school. So maybe August 12th or August 13th, that application will be available. But if you just navigate to www.cabarruscharter.org, click on the Parents tab, and then click on the Nutrition Program, you can just check and see if that application is available. If it's not available on the 13th, it won't be long after the 13th, it'll be there. You can apply online, very quick and simple process, and then you will be able to request that meal kit pickup service that we will be offering. We just want to make sure that we're able to support our families academically, which we are fully prepared to do with our new learning management system. We want to support you socially and emotionally, which we are fully prepared to do with the services that we are offering through our guidance counselor and our partners in the community. And then we want to make sure we can support you physically as well with this nutrition program. So please, if we can support you in any way as we opening school in unprecedented times, please make sure you let us know. All of this information will be available to you on our school's website at www.cabarruscharter.org. If you're missing the live presentation of this information on our Facebook Live page, don't worry, the video is uploaded very shortly after. Usually it's within 12 hours that Mr. Shields is able to get this video uploaded for us. So you're able to see it on Facebook. I believe you're able to see it on YouTube at this time if you're not a Facebook participant. And then you're also able to see it on our school's website at www.cabarruscharter.org. So we want you to know that we are fully prepared as a team to support our families in whatever school opening process we will be offering. So for the first 9 weeks, we know that we are offering fully mobile, but we know that the board will be revisiting that decision as they revisit all of the conditions that affected that decision. And so at some point, we're going to be in person and moving our students back into the school, and just know that we are fully prepared to support that decision as well. We are here to support you academically, socially, emotionally, and physically. All you have to do is navigate to our page, www.cabarruscharter.org, and you will find that information. We have a comment about making sure that we're able to share those hours. Ms. Ackler, which hours are you referring to? We will have parent meetings and tutorials. We know that our new learning management system, Schoology, is new to most of us, and we're all going to be learning it together. But please know that teachers are coming into the building this week. I will welcome them back tomorrow. We will move through the training processes for them, and then we will start scheduling those parent meetings as soon as August 17th. We'll do live sessions. We'll have video sessions of how to navigate Schoology. We'll have all of that information available to parents as early as August 17th once we have moved through the training with our classroom teachers. So we will support parents in that way. It's a new way to learn, but we think you're going to find it very efficient, very effective, and the best opportunity for our learners in the mobile classroom. The school hours for when students need to be online. Yes, parents are interested in that schedule. I'll be sharing this information with teachers as well. We're going to follow our opening schedule just like our hours are. Students will have the opportunity from 7:45 a.m. to 8 a.m. to get online, to test their connectivity, to make sure their devices are working. We'll have a morning meeting from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. And then we will have our live core lessons for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on your student's grade level. That's what we will call our synchronous learning. Synchronous learning is when our lessons or sessions are live online, but they're also being recorded. For our live online lessons after morning meeting from 8 to 8:30 will be from about 8:30 to 10:30 each day. Then our learners will have the opportunity to participate in what we call asynchronous learning. Asynchronous learning is when they can operate or complete assignments independently. So the teachers will have given them some work to work on, and they will do that on their own. And then they will have the opportunity to use the Schoology platform to submit that work. Then in the afternoon, for students who are in different learning groups, our teachers will be inviting our learners again to come into small group learning for that tutorial every day from about 12 to 2 p.m. So that is our schedule. You can expect learning. We want our learners to start getting up, moving around, accessing their computers, making sure everything's working from 7:45 to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 8:30. We have our morning meeting. That's when we'll do our community learning. We'll do our social emotional workshops and learning curriculum. And then we're going to get into some core content for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on your learner's age. And your learner will have an opportunity to take a break, to do some asynchronous learning, and then they will have the opportunity to have lunch and to have recess on their own, to move around a bit, and then come back for some small group remediation in the afternoon. So that's generally what that schedule will look like. We'll be able to firm up those times after we have some teacher input this week. Our teachers are coming back into the building, and I want to make sure that they have an opportunity to have an input on this schedule. All right, great question. Any other questions for me this evening? Devices would be provided. How do we go about getting devices for the virtual learning? Yes, we will be inviting parents. You will, once again, Ms. Ackler sent the survey out so you can respond to that survey, but also you will be getting an individualized telephone call from your child's teacher wondering and asking you, do you need a device? If you say yes, you need a device, the teacher will create a spreadsheet and let me know. And then we will invite you to the building on August 19th and August 20th, August 19th and August 20th, all day to pick up a device. Our IT professional is already working on readying those devices, getting them up and running, making sure they're in great condition, making sure students can use them. And so we'll be ready on August 19th and August 20th for you to pick up a device so that you can participate in that online learning. So make sure when you get your call from your child's teacher this week that you share that you will need a device so we know who to prepare those devices for. What else? What other question can I answer for you? We're here to share devices, we're here to share nutritional support, and we're here to share Wi-Fi support as well. We're working with a partner right now to establish access points for internet access for our families who may not already have that. on the supply list there. Yes, I saw that question, I think on Facebook. A recorder for fourth grade. Do they need this for virtual learning right away? You do not need that for virtual learning right away. We're in the process of bringing a new team member on board for music. And so let's just make sure that she is actually going to request, first of all, that you have a recorder, but I do know that they won't need that for the first 9 weeks of school. Thank you for that question, Mr. Jean. Will they miss the first days? They will not miss the first days if they don't have that device then, because they are we are opening up on the 19th and the 20th, but those lessons are going to be recorded. Those lessons will be recorded for the family, but those are welcome lessons because for the first few days of school, it's all about the expectations. It's all about making sure everybody knows how to use Schoology and has their access codes. And it's all about making sure that they have access, the devices to the platform so they won't miss learning if you are picking up a device for them on the 19th or the 20th. And you will have the opportunity to, once you get your device, to join your child's group because you'll have that code already, and there will be a video for you to review about when to get online. And so don't worry about missing new learning for the 19th and the 20th. That's all about access, making sure everybody has access and expectations. So you'll be able to review those videos about what to do and how to show up in the classroom on the 19th and the 20th when you receive your device. You will not miss critical content on those days. What other questions? Remember, I'll just tell you, and I'm here for you every Sunday evening for the month of August while you are thinking about your next questions. We'll be here every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. to answer your questions as we move into the opening of school. We're opening in a circumstance that is unlike anything that we have opened in before, but we are ready and we're going to walk through it together. We're going to be just fine. We're going to get through it together. We're going to make sure everybody has a device that they need to be able to practice and to engage in the online learning. And we're going to make sure that they have the internet access they need to be able to take part in the mobile classroom. So we're here to support until our students return to in-person learning, which we all look forward to in the safest possible environment. What other questions do you have, family? Take advantage of the access. Everybody doesn't get access to Principal White. You all are getting access. Take advantage of it. Once again, I'll just point you to our school's website while we're waiting and to see if there's another question. Our school's website is www.cabarruscharter.org. Got lots of information there, but if you navigate to the Parents tab, that's where you'll find information if you're choosing to take advantage of our nutrition benefit, if you're choosing to express that you need device or Wi-Fi access, that's where you'll find that information. So please make sure you familiarize, bookmark yourself with www.cabarruscharter.org. If you're a Facebook user, you know that you can also like our school page. We have the page that is open for the school, but we also have a closed page that is for the families who are already enrolled, who are a member of the Husky team, and you can discuss specific issues in that group. So if you're a member of Facebook, you have that option as well. How will absences work for working parents? That's a great question. So we are trying to make sure that we can accommodate every single family while we open in the mobile classroom. So what that means is I will ask teachers to create a question of the day or an activity of the day for students to complete. And I want teachers to give them to midnight, to give our achievers until midnight to complete that question of the day or that activity of the day. And that is how attendance will be taken, because there are several families, many families in our Husky group who cannot join us at 8 a.m. or 7:45 a.m. for the live learning, but maybe you can join us in the afternoon or the evening. So you will have the opportunity to review those recorded sessions. Even in some instances, you may be able to review them earlier over the weekend for your family in advance of the week, and then answer those questions of the day so that attendance is recorded accordingly. We are aware, but we are trying to meet the needs for families who can join us live. We're trying to meet the needs for families who are achievers whose parents work. So we're as flexible as we can be within the state's guidelines. Will the students have encore classes and virtual learning with the teachers, or will those be submitted as assignments like in the past? We will have some live sessions with our encore teachers. Those sessions will be short, but we will have some live sessions with them, and then you'll have the opportunity to submit assignments for them later in the day during the asynchronous learning time. But we really want our students to connect with our every teacher in the building, every classroom leader in the building. So that's our core and our encore teachers. We want them to connect with them during this first 9 weeks. So when they come into the building, they already have a relationship. So there will be live encore lessons the first 9 weeks. What else can I answer for you? Will kindergarten students be staggered entry? Or do they all log in on the 19th? They all will log in on the 19th. When I meet with our kindergarten team this week, I will ask our kindergarten team if they are interested in making that login time a little bit later in the day because our kindergartners are new. They're new to all the things. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful experience for them, but it's unlike anything they've ever had before. So we will be discussing with our kindergarten team if they're interested in having our kindergarten learners log in just a little bit later, and then we will communicate that to the parents. We definitely have their schedule broken up throughout the day because they have more brain breaks and they have more time where they're able to move about than most of our learners in the building because it's all new to them, and we're aware of that. Ask You can access Schoology if it's not a school computer. Schoology, our new learning management system, is an internet-based learning management system. So if you have internet access, you'll be able to access Schoology. It works somewhat like Zoom in the fact that you'll receive a code, you'll receive your teacher's classroom code, and that's where you will jump on every day. And you will see assignments there, you will see lessons there. If your teacher is moderating a live session, it will happen through Microsoft Outlook Teams, and they will be moderating those live sessions through Teams. All of it will happen through Schoology, and Schoology is internet based and not school based. So if you have internet access, you will be able to access Schoology. We're very excited about it. Is it safe to say that we'll not be participating in soccer? No, we're not. Miss Pike, we are not giving up on soccer and cheerleading. We are not. In September is when our athletic association will make a decision about the older students in sports, and our decision will follow theirs. But we just feel, and I'm confident, and maybe I'm just an eternal optimist, but I feel like we're just going to be able to get something going, even if it's second quarter. So hold out hope with me, Miss Pike. Hold out hope. Just maybe we can get something going second quarter. I hope so. It's so important. When are we going to get schedules for our K-5 learners, or is it for our 612 learners, Ms. Perez? Which group are you talking about? If you're asking about when will you learn who your child's teacher is, that will be this week, as teachers will be making those telephone calls to their families. The daily learning schedule, teacher will be sharing that this week. If you're talking about a 612 learner, I'm not sure. So let me know, Ms. Perez, which learner you're talking about. Is an iPad okay for a child's device? An iPad is okay for Schoology. Schoology is an app that can be on a laptop, a desktop, or any other mobile device that has internet access. So the iPad is fine. We haven't received specific guidance from the state yet about testing, but when testing happens, I know that testing won't be able to happen on the iPad. It will have to be on a laptop or a desktop. So if you're going to need to check one out, that won't be a problem. We'll have one available for you, but we're just waiting to find out exactly what the testing schedule will be, if testing will be delayed until more schools are open. We don't know yet, but Testing, if it's happening remotely, will need to be done on a laptop or a desktop. Awesome. Great, Ms. Perez. Look at me answering questions I didn't even know. What other questions can I answer for you, family? I'm so glad that you're tuning in with me each Sunday evening in August to answer any questions you have as we attempt to open school. We're going to open school together. We are opening school with mobile classrooms only, but we know that we will get to a point where we will be back in person learning, and I can't wait. I can't wait to welcome those smiling faces into the building again. And we want to make sure that we have created opportunities where we have closed as many gaps as possible as we are opening schools to in person learning after these first few weeks. So we want to create all the flexibility we can with our learners. Schoology is an app that you'll be able to download. Your teacher, you can download the app, but to access your specific teacher's classroom, you'll need a link, and the teacher will be sharing that link. Mr. Shields, our registrar extraordinaire, has already created a link for our parent teacher organization, and we'll be sending that out just so you can practice with it, play with it. But we haven't sent out many links yet because we are waiting until we schedule those parent information meetings. Those parent information meetings will start August 17th, and they will be recorded and they will be live. So you will have the opportunity to make sure that you have access and we can answer any questions you may have. You can still paint the spirit rock. Maybe we can even record it. Like, it feels like that's something that just needs to be recorded and posted on our school's website and the Facebook website as well, because we just have to stay connected as much as we can. So I love the whole idea of continuing to paint that rock. Let's record that and let's post it as many places as you want it posted so we can continue to enjoy that element of school spirit. We've got to keep it ignited because we're a family. Any other questions? Again, I'll let you know, family, that we will be having parent information sessions about all of this new instructional software, Schoology, our learning management system, School Messenger, our message system to all of our families. We're going to be walking through how to connect with all of those pieces with families beginning August 17th. We have teacher training that begins tomorrow. And so we want to make sure our teachers are well versed and comfortable with the processes. And then we're going to move that on out to families. So we're not going to forget about you. How kid friendly is this app for raising a kindergarten child? It's very kid friendly. Once you have that code, it puts you in the classroom. Now your kindergartner will need assistance because the reading pieces are there. So they will need assistance to access particular sessions or information. But once you put them in the live session with the teacher takes over from there and helps them with where and how to navigate the app. So it's pretty user friendly once you have that code and you put your learner into the correct group. You will receive that code from each teacher. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer. If you're not able to join us live this evening, just know that this session is recorded and it will be posted on our school's webpage. If you go to www.caberischarter.org, you will find this recording there. And you also will find it on Facebook. And I've learned from Mr. Shields that we're on YouTube as well. So I guess I'm going to be YouTube famous. So we're on YouTube as well. So you have many ways to access this information, as well as I will keep pushing this information out to you via School Messenger, via our open house on the 18th, as many ways as I can communicate to you, because I want you to rest assured that we've got our eye on the learning opportunities and experiences for our students this first 9 weeks. And we're also looking beyond the first 9 weeks when we believe our students are going to be able to return to the building. We're hopeful in that way and hopeful to getting them into some experiences that are more like what all of us experienced, right? We want to create that for them. Any other questions? Give it just a few minutes. So for kindergarten parents who need to sit with their children throughout the day, they will not need to sit with their children throughout the day. But there is a time, Mr. Cloud, for asynchronous learning when the student is not online with the child. And so the parent will have to make plans for that time. That's about from 10:30 till about 2 each day. That's our time for asynchronous learning. So the teacher is not in a live session with your student. And so you will have to make sure that the student is being monitored during that time. But then after 2 p.m., we are doing some small group work, pulling students into any remediation pieces that they need at the end of the day. And they will be right back online with their child. So we will have a specific schedule. It's hard for me to speak about a specific grade because there's some input I want to have from teachers before I firm up that schedule. But in general, you can expect those live lessons to take place in the morning. What else can I do for you? What other questions do you have? When will before care and after care be available for sign up? I believe that information is posted online at our school's website already at www.cabarruscharter.org. If you navigate to the parents tab, you can go to before and after care and go ahead and complete that registration if that's a benefit you plan to take advantage of as soon as students are able to be back into the building. I believe it's there now. We are ready to provide that service. We are a 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. school. So when students are back in the building for in-person learning, you're able to drop them off as early as 6:30 a.m. and pick them up as late as 6 p.m. because of our before and after care services. We are also honoring all of our CDC guidelines with before and after care in terms of social distancing, cleaning services, the size of our group. We're honoring all of those safety guidelines when we're able to get back into the building with our students. Any other questions? Give it another 2 minutes. As classroom teachers know that you always have to provide a wait time. That's time for everyone to think. Time to think. And then if there are no questions, we'll wrap it up for this evening, but I'll be right back here next Sunday. We'll just be, at that point, we'll just be 3 days out from the first day of school to answer any questions you have, to provide any support you need as we open this school year in the mobile classroom, knowing full well that won't be long before we'll be in-person learning. Is there a chance that the school hours could be revised? Absolutely. We're able to work through that. This is our recommendation for opening school, Mr. Cloud. But if we open school and determine that we need to revise, rethink, and redo, we are absolutely open to that. We are at this point following best practice. But then when you follow best practice, you also have to consider the community that you are serving. So if we determine that we need to adjust as we open, we are absolutely open to that. It's not in stone. We're here to serve you. Any other questions? Mr. Shields is navigating this session for us. So, Mr. Shields, if we get to the 40-minute mark, we don't have any questions, we're going to say good night. We are available to you through our Facebook platform, through YouTube, and through our school's website as well. How will students who are receiving assistance at EC be accommodated? Absolutely. So we are continuing our partnership with our counseling service. I'm sorry that the name escapes me at this point, but I will make sure I have the name correct next week because they are wonderful vendor partners for us. So the Center for I'm not even going to try. So we will continue that partnership with that service so that we will be able to offer. Thank you, Melissa, Miss Ackler, the Center for Emotional Health. Thank you. So we will continue that partnership with the Center for Emotional Health. So if there is a referral that is needed beyond what our guidance counselor, Ms. Washington, is offering, we can complete that referral. That won't change. And also, we are continuing to honor IEPs even in the mobile setting. So whatever services our students were receiving, they will receive them mobilely, and then we will continue to work with an EC teacher as well. So students will not miss that time for their EC accommodations. Whatever service we were delivering in person, we're able to deliver them in the mobile classroom as well. How will Encore classes work this year? I'm asking our Encore teachers to do mini lessons, just like our core teachers do mini lessons. So they will have an opportunity to do some live time with students, but then they will also have the opportunity to have those recorded lessons available for students who can't join during the live time. So they still have that 5-day rotation, and then they will have some live lessons that they'll be moderating as well. And each grade level will have a different schedule, and that teacher, your grade level teacher, will share that schedule with you. It's not, it's one per child. It is one per child, but if you need more than one per family, we are able to offer more than one per family. But for the devices, thank you, Mrs. Shields. For the devices, it is one per child. That if you have more than one child enrolled, we are able to accommodate you as well. Any other questions? I'm so glad that you've joined me this evening. I'll be right back here. We've got 2 more Sundays together at 7 p.m. I'll be right back here to answer any questions you have as you get prepared. Know that this week you can expect a telephone call from your child's teacher at the K-5 level. Your child will be just welcoming you to the 2021 school year. It's an exciting year no matter what. It's an exciting year. And your child's teacher will also be asking you in what ways we can support you, whether you need to take advantage of the nutrition services benefit, or if you need some assistance with devices, or if you need some assistance with internet access. Please keep in mind that we have already put our supplies, our school supplies list live on our website. So if you will just navigate to our website, you will see the supply list for each grade level. We will also, as a school family, be purchasing some supplies for families. So if there's any need that your family has and you're not able to take care of that, please reach out to us because I believe there's a way that we can support you in that. That includes with your uniform purchase as well as your supplies and materials. The supplies list is already live on our website, so take a look. And if it looks overwhelming to you, if it looks unmanageable to you, just let us know because I believe we can provide some support in that way. So we're getting ready for this new school year. Be anticipating that phone call from your child's teacher. If you can't, if we don't have the correct information from you now, you know you won't get that telephone call. So double check in SchoolMint and make sure. You're welcome, Mr. Cloud. I'm happy to provide this information. So make sure we have the most current information for you in SchoolMint because SchoolMint is that information is what's entered into PowerSchool, and then PowerSchool is what talks to our school messenger platform. So just double check those. Be expecting that telephone call from your parent or from your child's teacher. And we're excited to welcome you to the 2021 school year with Cabarrus Charter Academy. Thank you for joining us.